Like a walk. So if you're walking down the street, you don't go stop, stop. You put one foot in front of the other and you don't think about it. Same thing with your stance. Now it's going to take practice for it to come natural, but practice makes perfect. In your stance like this, little 1-2 steps, and you just do it continuous. When you get to the end of your mark, and then from there, we're going to go backwards, leading with that back leg. Little steps back. Just like so. Practice that a few times forward and backwards. Get nice and comfortable with it. And that's the idea. Now again guys, if you notice my steps are nice and short. Just like if you see athletes, if they're doing any agility work and they're going around the cones, they don't take great big steps all the time. Their steps are nice and short. And same thing with boxing. Because it is a sport that requires a lot of agility and a lot of kind of fast twitch fibers for your reactions, we want our steps to be short so we can change direction at any point. So little steps from here, then I can go back, I can go forward, and then you can play around with it. Now the exact same thing, moving laterally, side to side. So in your stance, going out to my lead side, little steps till I get to the end of my mark, and then back the other way. Little steps, that's it. I can change direction at any point. Just like so. Now once you get comfortable with that, you can start to put them in different combinations. Forward, back, left and right. And that's the idea. Just like when you're working the bag or you're in a realistic boxing situation, it rarely stays still, or the person rarely stays still and stays hit me. Even when you're working the heavy bag is going to move. So there's no point knowing all your punches or being really good at throwing your punches if you can't land the punches. And the key to landing the punches is to able to be mobile. Boom, boom, like so. Your feet take you there where you become dangerous, and your feet also take you out of danger if your opponent's punching. The last thing we're going to touch on is skipping in your stance. So all these fundamentals always remain the same, but you can do them at different rhythms. The slowest rhythm would be the step. A little bit of a quicker rhythm is what we've done just before, which is the walking. One continuous motion. Now the quickest rhythm with your boxing footwork is what I like to call skipping. So it's the exact same thing, you just pick up the intensity slightly. So I'm going forward, becomes a skip forward. If I'm going back, becomes a skip back. I'll show you side to side if I'm going to the side, and same thing to the other side, my back side. Now you can pick and choose when you do this type of footwork. If the pace is a little bit slower, you can practice your steps like so, or if it's a little bit quicker or your opponent's rushing at you or the bag's coming back quick, you can do it quick and get back to your stance when you're ready to rock and roll. That's it guys, that's Boxing Footwork 101. Like I said before, practice makes perfect, so repeat it again, again, again until you're absolutely sick of it, and that's how it's going to be burnt in your brain. Now, a lot of good fighters, when you're first learning, it's going to be a thought process. My stance, my elbows, my chin down, you have to process a lot of things. Through repetition, it becomes muscle memory. And once it's muscle memory, you're no longer thinking about the technique, you start to think about strategy and putting all the different moves we're going to learn in this YouTube channel together so you become a better boxer.